That's really, really cool.
So the road, I love the road. I miss my girls so much. It makes me cry literally. Sometimes it hurts, but I just still love the road, because I
Yeah,
still have this intense gratitude that at 50 years old I'm still fucking rocking, you know,
right, right.
and
So
I take
what's
great pride in that.
what's it like being on tour with some of these really big names? Um, I mean, we can imagine, from the outside, it must be demanding. You guys have to stay on your game, right?
It's definitely demanding, and it's definitely like an honor to be here. I dig it. I mean, last night, the toughest part is like last night we had a 600-mile bus ride from Palm Beach to Atlanta, and the fucking shocks on the bus went out right before we started driving. So it was like being on a it was like rolling down a bumpy road like the whole
Yeah.
time. Like I kept on waking up and thinking I was going to get thrown out of my bunk. So that's the hard part. The hard part is the traveling.
Hmm. Hmm.
The easy part is going on stage. Really, I mean, going on stage is a lot of work when it's physical like what we do, but that's the reward. And I have a lot of time off, and I get to experience different cities and meet different people. I do a lot of clinics. I eat some really good food. I get to work on my book. I get to do interviews with people like you. So, I do get a lot of time to actually do things
Yeah.
and play music.
Right.
And, I'm not getting paid for what I do on the road. I'm getting paid for being away from my family. That's how I look at it. I'm getting
Right.
paid for being away from home and what I miss being away from home.
Yeah.
But the road itself is a joy generally to me, and I really love it. I'm playing with Foreigner. I just adore these guys. We are rocking every fucking night. Every one of these guys brings it 150%. Everybody I've been on the road with, when I play with Pink, she's just the most amazing and committed and hardworking performer I've ever seen in my life. And, it's so great when you're playing with people that inspire you to give it, as opposed to
Yeah.
playing with people that aren't really on their game. And I've been really fortunate that just about every act and every group of musicians I've played with take the shit really seriously.
Yeah.
Because when you get to this level, you can't stay at this level if you aren't, playing for keeps, so to speak.
Right.
And
Right.
and and I, my philosophy is like every note I play, every note, like every note matters, like it could be the last fucking note I played. I mean, I'm a cancer survivor. My ex-wife Kelly had cancer our whole relationship. I've seen a lot of tragedy and drama in my life, and it's humbled me and made me appreciate. Like, man, you got to seize every moment, motherfucker. You got to just be really grateful. So I'm one of the most grateful people. I mean, Pink used to call me Disneyland because she called me the happiest place on earth. Because that's the way I try to embrace things, and I try to spread it to people around me because that's the
Yeah.
gig, man. That's the gig.
Yeah.
The gig is like, you gotta be careful about your whining, because whining is a virus that infects the whole organization. I'd
Sure.
rather try to inspire people, and not like I don't whine. I just got to catch myself and stop. You
Right.
know, I have the same propensities everybody else has. I just tend to pay attention to it, and so if I find myself getting into a poor me moment, which occasionally I'll get to, I just sort of say, "Is that who you want to be? Is
Hmm.
that really who you want to be right now? You
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
pathetic little small tiny little minuscule piece of flotsam,
Yeah.
or do you want to be like a beast,
Right.
And I'd rather be the beast.
Yeah. Yeah. And it comes from inside.
It totally comes from inside, and you gotta. And for me, it's like you gotta pay it forward. So my thing is like, I just try to pay attention. I
Yeah.
try to be the guy. I'm the eternal optimist, and I know that that's not for everybody, but it works for me. And I find that when you dramatize negative behavior, even though it seems like it's cool, in the end it just bites you in the ass, and it just
Sure.
undermines and it exhausts the life. It literally sucks the life out of you and out of the organization. So
Yeah.
why bother, man?
Yeah.
That shit
And people
sucks.
forget that it's that's not what people want to be around. So
Yeah,
if you're trying to attract success, then
yeah, totally.
drama and negativity and a lot of whining is probably not going to work for you.
Yeah, it's just not fun. It's just not
Yeah.
fun. I mean,